Hello DigiFam, it's Prodigious and I'm here to announce our next couple of pairings in the Digital Gate tournament that I'm having on my channel. Now if you are enjoying this kind of content, please make sure you comment down below to let me know what matchups you have enjoyed and what you want to see. But most of all, make sure you like and subscribe so that way you don't miss any of this goodness when it goes live. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring up my randomizer here, and it's going to select the next 7 matches that we will be going into for the Digital Gate tournament that I'm having. Alright, let me bring it up here. Okay, so here we are. Let's go ahead and give her a spin. Alright, so for our first 7, we are looking at Red, Purple, and Pilgrimon. That's going to be a very powerful one to go into. Let's see who he's up against. So Red, Purple, and Pilgrimon versus okay, we have Impildramon Green Blue. Now, I don't know if you caught it on here, but on my wheel here, I actually have 2 different Impildramon decks, and I code them by the name of Green Blue or Blue Green because of the certain style of gameplay and abilities that each deck has leans more into rather green more than it does blue, or more into blue than it does green. So, we have Impildramon versus Impildramon. So that is going to be a very interesting matchup. So it's going to be Green-Blue versus Impildramon Virus. Alright, let's go ahead and shuffle it up. And then we're going to select our next matchup. And our next matchup is going to be Medusamon. And I believe here in January, I think we're going to be getting the next BT set that will have Medusamon's level 7. So let's see what she can do right now versus what she'll do later. Alright, and their opponent is going to be ooh, Ragnar Lordmon. Alright. So we have the blocking and straight up attacking, security snatching Ragnar Lordmon versus the progressing serpent Medusamon. That will be a very fun match. Alright, let's shuffle it up and give that wheel a spin, see what our third match pairings are going to be here. Okay, we have Emperor Greymon. So yeah, we have the classic Digimon Frontier protagonist, Emperor Greymon, going up against Red Black Galmon, or also Greymon. Alright. So we're going to have a match between 2 different Greymons. Emperor Greymon versus Galmon. Alright. Our 4th pairing out of the 7 that we are doing right now is going to be ooh, another Liberator Digimon deck that is very strong. Pyramidimon. Alright, let's see who Pyramon's opponent is going to be. So, Pyramidi will be going up against the Armor Rush. Alright. So, Will the little Vmon and his tricks full of different armor forms be able to keep up with the rocks and minerals that make up Pyramidi? Very interesting matchup. One can strike very fast, the other one can also strike, but he has to get some buildup going. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, going into our 5th pairings, we are looking at Lord Nightmon. Alright, so we're going to have a Lord Nightmon, one of the Royal Knights, going up against oh, it looks like he's going to be a Royal Knight versus Royal Knight type of matchup in the form of Dynasmon. Alright, so these two worked together to serve King Drazel, but they also worked under Lucemon at one point in one version of the series. But these two are going to go head to head. Let's see how that works out. Alright, going into our 6th pairing. We have D-Reaper. Now you might remember D-Reaper as the strange virus type of data eraser that was in Digimon Tamers. Who will the D-Reaper be facing off against now? It is going to be Lilithmon X Antibody version. Alright, so Lilithmon is going to be trying to control the D-Reaper. And since the D-Reaper is not your typical average Digimon, I don't think her feminine wiles will be able to charm the D-Reaper. But we'll see just how well that fight goes. Alright, shuffle it a couple more times. Now we're going to go into our last pairings. We got Mega Gargomon. Alright, so this is different from the Rapidmon deck that you already have seen in a previous matchup. This is going to be Mega Gargo. Alright. Mega Gargo will be up against Megidramon. Alright, so it looks like maybe Guillamon did not get saved in time and became the monstrous Megidramon from Tamers. Will the not Rapidmon, but Mega Gargomon, pardon, be able to save his former friend? He may have to beat him into submission to do so. Or will the nuclear-powered Megidramon overwhelm Mega Gargo? Alright, so that is going to be our pairings for this segment. Remember, we're still only in round 1 of this tournament. Now, once we get into round 3, that's where we're going to start seeing some decks that have managed to lose both round 1 and round 2 be eliminated, which means round 3 will be where all the good stuff starts happening to see what decks are still competitive even in today's meta, and even some that can still manage to tangle with the top meta dogs. And if you like this kind of content, please make sure you are subscribed. If you want, I can even arrange to have a underdog tournament of where all of the decks that have not done so well in the first 2 rounds of this tournament will get to go head to head against each other for an even bigger casual style play to see how well they do when it comes to a tournament of just them. But this has been Prodigious, and I will see you next time.